Jason, how would you kind of characterize the round? I mean, bogey free around here is
Yeah, it's nice.
quite good.
Yeah, it's really nice. I felt like I didn't get myself too far out of position. When I was, either in the rough, I was able to get myself back into the green, make my par, and move on.
What was probably the best part of your game today?
I have to have a look at my stats, but even though I felt like I drove it quite nice. Some of the drives were just off the fairway, so but a lot of good quality shots into the greens. I don't know. I mean, it was like, I think overall collectively it was a good round from tee to green.
You talked about, obviously, the body's feeling better over
Yep.
the last couple of years, being able to work on your game a little more.
Yeah.
How important is that mentally to be able to kind of put the work in when you feel good?
Yeah, 100% right. I think there were times where I wouldn't really practice Monday, wouldn't really practice Tuesday, just try and get through the Pro-Am, and then just go, okay, if I can get through Thursday and Friday, then great. And to be able to, kind of get that back in the rearview mirror now, where I can kind of focus on actually practicing and putting good work in. It's been nice because for a moment there, I just didn't know if it was really going to pan out for me, and I thought maybe it's kind of like I'm at the end of it in regards to my playing days. But, it was nice to be able to kind of put that work in, see the body react the way it has, and me be able to practice and through time and effort, that's when the good play starts to come back.
Did that scare you at all?
I didn't. No, it didn't scare me. It was because I'm fine. In regards to I live well below my means and all that stuff. But I think it would have been disappointing for me to go out the way if it did go out that way. To know that it was just an injury and what if or what could have happened. Being 172nd or something like that in the world rankings last year, and finally getting back inside the top 20 is a good step in the right direction, knowing that I'm doing the right things. It would have been thoroughly disappointing to sit there and go, oh man, I felt like I've got more in the gas, and that's kind of why I didn't quit on my body. It just took some time. And it's nice to be able to see kind of the light at the end of the tunnel and going through that process and that journey, but getting on the other side of it now is even better.
Stats are great across the board, by the way, mate.
Yeah, that's what I say, yeah.
Can you just run me through, I guess, the mindset change here over the last few years?
Yeah, I think you kind of hit it on the head there, Benny. In my early days, I disliked this golf course. It's very easy to dislike it if you kind of get out of position and then you can't run something up to the green because it just kind of sticks at the front. Then if you're coming out of the rough and it lands on the green, it goes over the back. And then if you don't, then you get frustrated and you're like, I don't like this golf course. So one or two things had to change. I either wouldn't play here, or you just have to change your attitude a little bit. And I think, like you said before, I think, changing that mindset and that attitude, saying that this is one of my favourite stops on the, of the year, because it is a tremendous golf course. It's a lot of rich history from, some of the greats that have played the tour have played here and won here. And it is, when you get down to it, it's one of the golf courses that has held up over time, especially with, kind of the land, that we have. So for us for me to try and change that mindset, that attitude was huge, and obviously I've found some success, which is good.
Jason, Adam Scott said in his press conference earlier in the week that he comes here and it kind of reminds him of Australia, just a stretch on the back nine there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gum trees, the smells come back to him, and he feels like he gets some comfort from that. How does that make you feel? And is it
it doesn't smell like Bermuda and sand greens when I grew up, but yeah, it does. Obviously, when you do see the gum trees, it's obviously a very big Australian thing. But I can definitely see some of the looks and some of the way that the holes look, and even some of the grass that we play on. There's some stuff in Sydney that that we play on that's very close to this grass as well. So you know, Scott, I feel like Scotty's had a lot of success here, so there's a lot of good memories for him. And, you know, if it reminds you of Australia, then it's even better.
And you finished with 65 last year to finish in the top 10, and you start with 65 this year. I mean, has that kind of unlocked a little key with back-to-back 65?
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't even know I did that. So, yeah, I've got the worst memory in the world, though. But, yeah, first round. I'm not trying to get too far ahead of myself. I just got to go back, get some rest tonight. I've got an early start tomorrow, so that's all I got to kind of focus on.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks. Cheers. Thanks.